Berke Khan, a prominent leader of the Golden Horde, played a pivotal role in shaping the religious landscape of the Mongol Empire. Under his reign, a significant portion of the Mongols embraced Islam, marking a profound transformation in their cultural and religious identity. This conversion was not merely a religious shift, but a strategic and political maneuver that influenced the geopolitical dynamics of the 13th century. Berke Khan's journey from a traditional Mongol leader to a fervent Muslim ruler is a testament to his vision and diplomatic acumen, which left an indelible mark on history. Berke Khan, born into the prestigious Borjigin clan, was the grandson of Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire. This powerful lineage set the stage for his future role as a significant leader within the vast and diverse territories controlled by the Mongols. Berke's early life was deeply rooted in the traditions and nomadic lifestyle of the Mongol steppes, where he was raised amidst the constant flux of tribal politics, warfare, and conquest. As a young boy, Berke was immersed in the Mongol way of life, which was characterized by its emphasis on horsemanship, archery, and the harsh discipline required for survival in the steppes. From a tender age, he learned the skills necessary to become a warrior and a leader. His education included not only martial training, but also the study of Mongol laws and customs, which were crucial for maintaining order within the empire. The Code of Genghis Khan, known as the Yasa, provided a legal framework that governed the social and political aspects of Mongol life, and Berke was well versed in its stipulations. The Borjigin clan was known for its internal rivalries and power struggles, and Berke's family was no exception. He witnessed firsthand the complexities of succession and the brutal reality of Mongol politics. These experiences shaped his understanding of power and governance, teaching him the importance of loyalty, strategic alliances, and when necessary, ruthless decisiveness. One of the pivotal moments in Berke's early life was the death of his father, Jochi, the eldest son of Genghis Khan. Jochi's untimely demise left a power vacuum within the Golden Horde, the westernmost part of the Mongol Empire. This event thrust Berke and his brothers into a fierce competition for leadership. The intricacies of Mongol succession customs, which combined meritocracy with traditional lineage claims, meant that Berke had to prove himself both as a capable warrior and a shrewd leader to secure his position within the Golden Horde. During his formative years, Berke was exposed to a diverse array of cultures and religions. The Mongol Empire, at its zenith, spanned vast territories from China to Eastern Europe, encompassing a multitude of ethnicities and faiths. Berke's interactions with different peoples were not limited to warfare and conquest. He also engaged in trade and diplomacy. These experiences broadened his worldview and introduced him to the complexities of intercultural relations. One significant cultural influence on Berke was the burgeoning trade along the Silk Road. This ancient network of trade routes connected the East and West, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. Muslim merchants and scholars played a prominent role in this trade, bringing with them the rich traditions of Islamic civilization. Berke's encounters with these traders and their vibrant culture left a lasting impression on him, sowing the seeds for his eventual conversion to Islam. Berke's early exposure to Islamic culture was further reinforced by his interactions with the Khwarezmian Empire, a predominantly Muslim state that had been a formidable opponent of the Mongols. The conquest of Khwarezm by Genghis Khan was a brutal campaign, but it also opened up new avenues for cultural exchange. Berke, as a member of the ruling elite, had the opportunity to interact with captured scholars, artisans, and administrators from Khwarezm, many of whom were well versed in Islamic sciences and philosophy. In addition to these external influences, Berke's personal experiences within the Mongol court also played a role in shaping his religious outlook. The Mongol Empire was characterized by its religious tolerance, and the court hosted representatives of various faiths, including Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. This environment of pluralism allowed Berke to explore different religious ideas without fear of persecution, fostering a sense of curiosity and openness towards new beliefs. Berke's relationship with his brothers, particularly Batu Khan, the founder of the Golden Horde, was another crucial aspect of his early life. Batu, a formidable leader in his own right, provided a model of effective governance and military strategy. Berke's loyalty to Batu and his participation in the campaigns that expanded the Golden Horde's territories helped him gain valuable experience and recognition within the Mongol hierarchy. As Berke matured, he began to carve out his own niche within the Golden Horde. His leadership style was marked by a blend of traditional Mongol values and an increasing interest in the administrative and cultural practices of the conquered peoples. This adaptability and willingness to learn from others were key traits that would later define his rule. In summary, Berke Khan's early life was a period of intense learning and adaptation. Raised in the shadow of Genghis Khan's legacy, he was molded by the harsh realities of Mongol politics and warfare. His interactions with diverse cultures and religions, particularly Islam, broadened his perspective and prepared him for the challenges of leadership. These formative experiences set the stage for Berke's later achievements and his pivotal role in the conversion of the Mongol Empire to Islam. Berke Khan's conversion to Islam was a transformative event, not only for him personally, but also for the broader Mongol Empire. Understanding the motivations and circumstances that led to his embrace of Islam requires a deep dive into the complex interplay of political, cultural, and personal factors that influenced his decision. The Mongol Empire, at its height, was a vast and diverse territory, encompassing a multitude of cultures, languages, and religions. The Mongols themselves were traditionally shamanistic, believing in the eternal blue sky, Tengri, and the spirits of their ancestors. However, the empire's policy of religious tolerance meant that Berke was exposed to a variety of religious traditions from a young age. This exposure laid the groundwork for his eventual interest in Islam. One of the key factors in Berke's conversion was his extensive interaction with Muslim merchants and scholars. The Silk Road, which traversed the Mongol territories, was a major conduit for trade between the East and the West. Muslim merchants in particular played a crucial role in this trade network. Their commercial success and sophisticated culture impressed many Mongol leaders, including Berke. These merchants not only brought goods, but also ideas, including the teachings of Islam. Berke's encounters with Muslim traders and their communities offered him a first-hand look at the Islamic way of life. He observed their religious practices, ethical conduct, and communal solidarity. These interactions were not limited to mere observation. Berke engaged in discussions with Muslim scholars and was exposed to Islamic literature and philosophy. The intellectual richness of Islamic teachings, combined with the practical benefits of aligning with the Muslim world, began to appeal to him. The political landscape of the 13th century also played a significant role in Berke's conversion. After the death of his father, Yochi, and the subsequent power struggles within the Golden Horde, Berke recognized the need for strong allies to consolidate his position. The Muslim world, with its vast resources and strategic location, presented an attractive option. Aligning with Muslim powers could provide Berke with not only economic benefits but also military and political support. One of the pivotal moments that solidified Berke's decision was his alliance with the Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt. The Mamluks, who were Muslim slave soldiers, had successfully defeated the Mongol forces at the Battle of Ain Jalut in 1260. This victory was significant as it marked the first major defeat of the Mongols and demonstrated the military prowess of the Mamluks. Berke saw in them a formidable ally against his rivals within the Mongol Empire, particularly Hulagu Khan, who had devastated the Muslim world with his sack of Baghdad in 1258. Berke's growing animosity towards Hulagu, a fellow Mongol leader, was another crucial factor. Hulagu's ruthless campaign against the Muslim heartlands, including the destruction of Baghdad, deeply disturbed Berke. As a ruler who had already shown interest in Islam, Berke was horrified by the atrocities committed against Muslims and Islamic institutions. This sense of injustice and his desire to avenge the destruction of Baghdad further motivated him to embrace Islam and ally himself with Muslim powers against Hulagu. The process of conversion itself was both personal and public. Berke's acceptance of Islam was not a mere political maneuver, but also a sincere personal conviction. He began to adopt Islamic practices, studying the Quran and engaging in prayer and fasting. His conversion was formalized with the help of Muslim scholars and leaders who guided him through the process and helped him understand the tenets of his new faith. Publicly, Berke's conversion had a profound impact on the Golden Horde. He encouraged the spread of Islam among his subjects and integrated Islamic principles into the administration of his territories. This included the adoption of Islamic law, Sharia, alongside traditional Mongol laws, promoting the building of mosques, and supporting Islamic education and scholarship. Berke's conversion also attracted Muslim artisans, traders, and scholars to his court, further enriching the cultural and intellectual life of the Golden Horde. The reaction to Berke's conversion within the Mongol Empire was mixed. While many saw it as a pragmatic move that strengthened the Golden Horde's position, others viewed it with suspicion and hostility. The traditionalist elements within the Mongol leadership were wary of the changes that Islam might bring to their way of life. However, Berke's strong leadership and his ability to maintain the loyalty of his followers helped mitigate these concerns. Berke's relationship with the wider Islamic world also flourished after his conversion. He established diplomatic and trade relations with various Muslim states, including the Mamluk Sultanate and the Delhi Sultanate. These alliances not only bolstered his political and military strength, but also facilitated the exchange of knowledge and culture. Berke's court became a center of Islamic learning and culture, attracting scholars, poets, and theologians from across the Muslim world. Berke Khan's consolidation of power within the Golden Horde following his conversion to Islam was a complex process marked by strategic political maneuvers, military campaigns, and the fostering of new alliances. His efforts to strengthen his position and unify his realm were crucial for the stability and expansion of his domain. This period was characterized by Berke's adept handling of internal dissent, external threats, and the integration of Islamic principles into his governance. Upon his conversion to Islam, Berke faced significant challenges from within the Golden Horde. Many of his subjects and fellow Mongol leaders were steeped in traditional Mongol shamanistic beliefs and were wary of his newfound faith. The Mongol aristocracy, which had been accustomed to a degree of religious tolerance and syncretism, viewed Berke's conversion with suspicion. They feared that his embrace of Islam might lead to a radical departure from the customs and laws that had governed the Mongol Empire since the time of Genghis Khan. To consolidate his power, Berke employed a multifaceted strategy. He began by solidifying his base of support among those who were already sympathetic to Islam or who saw the pragmatic advantages of aligning with the Islamic world. Berke's conversion had already attracted a considerable number of Muslim merchants, artisans, and scholars to his court, and he used their influence to bolster his position. By promoting these individuals to key administrative and advisory roles, Berke ensured that he had a loyal and capable cadre of supporters who could help him implement his policies and maintain control. Berke also sought to win over the traditionalist elements within the Golden Horde by demonstrating that his conversion to Islam did not mean a wholesale abandonment of Mongol traditions. He maintained the Yasa, the legal code established by Genghis Khan, alongside Sharia law. This dual legal system allowed Berke to appeal to both Muslims and non-Muslims within his domain. By emphasizing the compatibility of Islamic principles with Mongol customs, Berke was able to mitigate some of the resistance to his rule. One of Berke's most significant challenges came from his cousins, particularly Hulagu Khan, who ruled the Ilkhanate in Persia. Hulagu's brutal campaign against the Muslim heartlands, including the sack of Baghdad, had created a deep rift between him and Berke. This animosity was further fueled by the broader context of the Mongol Empire's fracturing into competing khanates, each ruled by different branches of Genghis Khan's descendants. Berke's alliance with the Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt was a critical component of his strategy to counter Hulagu's influence. The Mamluks, who had successfully repelled Hulagu's forces at the Battle of Ain Jalut, were natural allies for Berke. This alliance was based not only on mutual interests, but also on a shared Islamic faith. Berke's conversion to Islam made this partnership even more robust, as it was framed within the context of a broader Islamic solidarity against the encroachments of Hulagu's forces. In addition to his alliance with the Mamluks, Berke sought to strengthen his position by expanding his influence into the rich and strategic regions of the Black Sea and the Caucasus. These areas were crucial for trade and military operations, and controlling them would enhance the economic and strategic standing of the Golden Horde. Berke launched several military campaigns to assert his dominance over these regions, often clashing with rival Mongol factions and local rulers. Berke's military campaigns were marked by both strategic acumen and brutal efficiency. He understood the importance of securing key trade routes and fortresses, which were vital for maintaining control over his vast territories. His ability to mobilize and lead large Mongol armies, combined with his strategic alliances with Muslim states, allowed him to achieve significant victories and expand his influence. One of the most notable aspects of Berke's consolidation of power was his promotion of Islamic culture and education within the Golden Horde. He established madrasas, Islamic schools, and mosques, promoting the study of the Quran and Islamic sciences. This cultural and educational patronage not only endeared him to his Muslim subjects, but also attracted scholars and intellectuals to his court. These efforts helped to create a more cohesive and unified society, where Islamic principles and Mongol traditions could coexist and complement each other. Berke also recognized the importance of trade and economic stability in consolidating his power. The Golden Horde's territories included some of the most important trade routes in Eurasia, including the Silk Road and the Volga River. Berke encouraged commerce and maintained the infrastructure needed for trade to flourish. His policies aimed at protecting and promoting trade helped to ensure a steady flow of wealth into his realm, which he used to fund his military campaigns and administrative reforms. Diplomatically, Berke was astute in managing relations with both his allies and rivals. He maintained correspondence and diplomatic exchanges with various Islamic states, ensuring that he was well informed about developments in the wider Muslim world. These diplomatic efforts helped to strengthen his alliances and create a network of support that extended beyond the borders of the Golden Horde. Berke's consolidation of power also involved a careful balancing act between maintaining the loyalty of his Mongol generals and integrating his new Muslim allies into the administration. He rewarded loyal commanders with land and titles, ensuring their continued support, while also appointing capable Muslims to key positions. This blend of old and new guard helped to create a stable and effective governance structure that could manage the diverse and expansive territories of the Golden Horde. Despite his successes, Berke's rule was not without challenges and setbacks. He faced ongoing resistance from rival Mongol factions and had to constantly defend his territories against external threats. The death of Berke in 1266 marked the end of an era, but his efforts to consolidate his power and integrate Islamic principles into the Golden Horde left a lasting legacy. The impact of Berke Khan's conversion to Islam on the Mongol Empire was profound and multifaceted, affecting various aspects of governance, military strategy, trade, cultural exchanges, and religious practices. This chapter delves into the broad ramifications of Berke's conversion, exploring how it reshaped the Golden Horde and influenced the broader Mongol Empire. Berke Khan's conversion to Islam marked a significant cultural and religious shift within the Golden Horde. As the first Mongol leader to embrace Islam, Berke set a precedent that had far-reaching implications. His conversion initiated a gradual but steady process of Islamization among the Mongol elite and the broader population within his realm. This process was facilitated by Berke's patronage of Islamic institutions, scholars, and cultural practices. One of the most immediate impacts of Berke's conversion was the integration of Islamic law and principles into the administration of the Golden Horde. While maintaining the traditional Mongol legal code, the Yasa, Berke also adopted Sharia law, creating a dual legal system that governed his diverse subjects. This integration helped to legitimize his rule among his Muslim subjects and ensured that Islamic principles influenced governance, particularly in matters of justice, trade, and personal conduct. The adoption of Sharia law also facilitated the resolution of disputes in a manner consistent with Islamic teachings, fostering a sense of justice and order. Berke's support for Islamic education and scholarship was another critical aspect of his reign. He established madrasas and mosques, promoting the study of the Quran and Islamic sciences. This patronage attracted scholars, theologians, and intellectuals to his court, turning the Golden Horde into a center of Islamic learning. The influx of these scholars not only enriched the cultural and intellectual life of the Golden Horde, but also helped to spread Islamic knowledge and values among the Mongol elite and the general population. The cultural impact of Berke's conversion extended beyond education and scholarship. Islamic art, architecture, and literature began to flourish under his rule. Mosques and madrasas were constructed in major cities, often blending traditional Mongol architectural styles with Islamic designs. This fusion of cultures created a unique aesthetic that reflected the harmonious coexistence of Mongol and Islamic traditions. The patronage of poets, musicians, and artists further enriched the cultural landscape, making the Golden Horde a vibrant center of cultural exchange. Economically, Berke's conversion had significant implications for trade and commerce. The Golden Horde's territories included key segments of the Silk Road and other major trade routes that connected the East and the West. Berke's embrace of Islam facilitated closer ties with Muslim merchants and trading communities, enhancing the flow of goods, ideas, and technologies. The establishment of secure trade routes and the promotion of commerce led to increased economic prosperity, benefiting both the state and its subjects. The economic policies implemented by Berke, which were informed by Islamic principles of trade and finance, helped to create a stable and thriving economic environment. The political impact of Berke's conversion was also profound. His alliance with the Mamluk Sultanate and other Muslim states was bolstered by their shared faith, creating a powerful bloc that could counterbalance the influence of other Mongol factions, particularly the Ilkhanate under Hulagu Khan. This alliance was instrumental in shaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. The Mamluk Golden Horde alliance was not only a military and political partnership, but also a cultural and religious one, as it facilitated the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and resources. Berke's conversion also influenced the military strategies of the Golden Horde. His alliance with the Mamluks provided him with access to experienced Muslim military leaders and tactics that were instrumental in countering the threats posed by Hulagu Khan and other rivals. The combined forces of the Golden Horde and the Mamluks presented a formidable challenge to Hulagu's ambitions, culminating in significant military engagements that shaped the course of Mongol and Islamic history. The Battle of Ain Jalut, where the Mamluks decisively defeated Hulagu's forces, was a turning point that underscored the effectiveness of this alliance. The spread of Islam within the Golden Horde also had a profound impact on its social fabric. The adoption of Islamic values and practices fostered a sense of community and shared identity among Berke's subjects. This was particularly important in a realm as diverse as the Golden Horde, where numerous ethnicities, languages, and cultures coexisted. Islam provided a unifying framework that transcended tribal and ethnic divisions, promoting social cohesion and stability. Berke's efforts to promote Islam also included the establishment of charitable institutions and public works. Inspired by Islamic principles of charity and social welfare, he initiated projects that benefited his subjects, such as the construction of wells, bridges, and caravanserais, roadside inns, to support travelers and merchants. These public works not only improved the infrastructure of the Golden Horde, but also demonstrated Berke's commitment to the well-being of his people, enhancing his legitimacy and popularity as a ruler. Despite the positive impacts of Berke's conversion, it also posed challenges. The traditionalist elements within the Mongol elite were resistant to the changes brought about by the spread of Islam. Berke had to navigate these internal tensions carefully, balancing the interests of his Muslim and non-Muslim subjects. His ability to maintain this balance was a testament to his political acumen and leadership skills. The long-term effects of Berke's conversion were evident in the subsequent history of the Golden Horde and its successor states. The process of Islamization initiated by Berke continued under his successors, leading to the eventual dominance of Islam as the primary religion in the region. This religious transformation had lasting cultural, social, and political implications, influencing the development of the successor Khanates and shaping the identity of the region for centuries to come. Berke Khan's legacy and the long-term effects of his conversion to Islam are significant and far-reaching, marking a transformative period in the history of the Mongol Empire and its successor states. His reign and policies set in motion a series of developments that had enduring impacts on the region's political, cultural, religious, and social landscapes. Berke Khan's conversion to Islam and his subsequent rule marked the beginning of a profound religious transformation within the Golden Horde. While he was the first Mongol leader to embrace Islam, his actions paved the way for the gradual Islamization of the Mongol elite and the broader population. This religious shift was not instantaneous, but unfolded over several decades, influenced by the policies Berke implemented and the alliances he forged. Under his successors, the process of Islamization continued, eventually leading to Islam becoming the dominant religion in the Golden Horde and its successor states. The spread of Islam within the Golden Horde had significant cultural implications. Islamic principles and values began to permeate various aspects of life, from governance and law to education and art. Berke's support for Islamic scholarship and education led to the establishment of madrasas and the promotion of Islamic sciences. These institutions became centers of learning, attracting scholars from across the Islamic world and fostering an environment of intellectual and cultural exchange. The fusion of Mongol and Islamic traditions created a unique cultural synthesis that enriched the region's artistic and intellectual heritage. One of the most lasting impacts of Berke's reign was the integration of Islamic law into the governance of the Golden Horde. The dual legal system, which combined the traditional Mongol yasa with Sharia law, provided a framework for justice that was both familiar to the Mongol elite and acceptable to the growing Muslim population. This integration helped to legitimize Berke's rule and ensured the smooth administration of his diverse territories. The legal reforms initiated by Berke had a lasting influence as subsequent rulers continued to develop and refine this dual legal system, balancing traditional Mongol customs with Islamic principles. Economically, Berke's policies had a significant and enduring impact. His promotion of trade and commerce, particularly through the Silk Road, enhanced the prosperity of the Golden Horde. By fostering strong ties with Muslim merchants and facilitating the flow of goods and ideas, Berke helped to create a thriving economic environment. The wealth generated from trade enabled the Golden Horde to fund military campaigns, public works, and cultural patronage. This economic prosperity continued under Berke's successors, contributing to the stability and strength of the Golden Horde and its successor states. Berke's alliances with Muslim states, particularly the Mamluk Sultanate, had important geopolitical ramifications. These alliances helped to counterbalance the power of rival Mongol factions, such as the Ilkhanate under Hulagu Khan, and played a crucial role in shaping the political dynamics of the region. The Mamluk Golden Horde alliance, strengthened by their shared Islamic faith, facilitated military cooperation and strategic support. This partnership was instrumental in several key military engagements, including the defense against Hulagu's forces, and helped to maintain the balance of power in the region. The social impact of Berke's conversion was also significant. The adoption of Islamic values and practices fostered a sense of community and shared identity among the diverse population of the Golden Horde. This was particularly important in a realm characterized by its ethnic and cultural diversity. Islam provided a unifying framework that transcended tribal and ethnic divisions, promoting social cohesion and stability. The charitable and social welfare projects initiated by Berke, inspired by Islamic principles, further enhanced the well-being of his subjects and demonstrated his commitment to their welfare. Berke's legacy extended beyond the Golden Horde to influence the broader Mongol Empire and its successor states. His conversion set a precedent that other Mongol leaders would follow. The process of Islamization initiated by Berke was continued by his successors, leading to the eventual dominance of Islam in the region. This religious transformation had profound implications for the cultural and political development of the successor Khanates, including the Crimean Khanate, the Kazan Khanate, and the Astrakhan Khanate, which emerged after the decline of the Golden Horde. The impact of Berke's reign and policies can also be seen in the long-term geopolitical developments of the region. The alliances he forged and the diplomatic relations he established helped to shape the political landscape of Eurasia. The Golden Horde's interactions with the Islamic world, facilitated by Berke's conversion, influenced the region's political and cultural dynamics for centuries. The exchange of ideas, technologies, and cultural practices between the Mongol and Islamic worlds left a lasting legacy that continued to shape the region long after Berke's death. Berke's leadership and vision also had a lasting impact on the governance and administration of the Golden Horde. His efforts to balance traditional Mongol customs with Islamic principles created a governance model that was both effective and adaptable. This model provided a framework for subsequent rulers to navigate the complexities of governing a diverse and expansive territory. The administrative and legal reforms initiated by Berke helped to create a stable and prosperous realm that could withstand internal and external challenges. In conclusion, Berke Khan's legacy and the long-term effects of his conversion to Islam are profound and enduring. His reign marked a transformative period in the history of the Golden Horde and the broader Mongol Empire. The religious, cultural, economic, and political changes initiated by Berke had far-reaching implications, shaping the development of the region for centuries to come. His ability to navigate the complexities of his time and integrate diverse elements into his governance left an indelible mark on the history of the Mongol Empire and the Islamic world. Berke Khan's legacy continues to be remembered as a significant chapter in the history of Eurasia, highlighting the transformative power of leadership and vision in shaping the course of history.